Do you ever feel like you're the only one doing everything around the house? You ask your kids for help, and even your spouse, they nod, and somehow you're the only one doing it? You're not alone. Today, I'm sharing how we finally got chores working in our house, or at least working better, without nagging, yelling, or turning into a household drill sergeant. Stick with me until the end, and I'll share the number one mindset shift that stopped the chore battles almost instantly. Hey friend, I'm Laura from Day by Day in Our World, and I help Christian parents build peaceful homes through faith-filled systems that actually work, not the rigid kind that fall apart in 2 days if you're lucky. If you've been craving more teamwork and less tension, and a home that doesn't rest entirely on your shoulders, hit subscribe, you're in the right place. Let's start with going into scripture. Proverbs 22:6 tells us, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Now, teaching kids chores isn't just about a clean house. Clean house might not be the absolute end goal you get anyways. It is about discipleship. It's about raising little hearts that understand service, stewardship, responsibility, gratitude, and teamwork. We aren't just raising helpers, we're raising adults who will one day run homes, raise families, serve communities, and manage responsibilities with joy. Remember that chores aren't punishment, they're preparation. Now, why do they feel so hard? And more importantly, why does nagging not work? Well, if you feel like chores always fall back on you, there's probably a reason. Here are some big ones. First off, kids don't know what clean actually means. We say clean your room, but they don't understand the steps. Secondly, expectations could change day by day. Maybe on Monday you go in and say, okay, let's clean up your room, and you help them and show them. But the next day you're in a rush on Tuesday and you just go in and you do stuff quickly versus working with them. And then on Wednesday, you're expecting them to remember what to do and that they're the ones that are supposed to do it. So it's confusing for kids and it becomes frustration for you. Third, there's no visual reference. Kids rely on what they can see. If they can't see what's expected, they forget. Not intentionally, just developmentally. So years ago, I remember cleaning up the house. Everything looked, well, not house beautiful, picture perfect, but looked good. And coming in, and one of my boys had taken off his socks and thrown them in the middle of the room. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He didn't see what the problem was. I had to show him. So taking a picture of the way the room should look so they can see can help. The fourth problem that people sometimes have contributing to this is that you treat chores like a punishment. The second it becomes, you messed up, now you got to take care of it, your kid's going to shut down. And if you have a child who's like one of mine that digs in his heels even firmer when he's directed and it's not his idea, then it's really going to become a battle zone. But once you fix those four problems, chores are going to start becoming a lot easier. Easier, not perfect. I have a teen and young adults in the house and still need to guide them on cleaning up at times. I don't know why they can't see dirty dishes. So, first step, start small. Look for 1 or 2 age-appropriate tasks per child. The ones here on the screen I got from searching. Some of them we've actually started earlier. As soon as your child's willing to help out, let them help out with that. But don't try to teach them everything at once. Give them just 1 or 2 things so that way they're not overwhelmed. You're not overwhelmed. So examples, when they're sort of preschool age, picking up and putting toys in the bin. I was doing that even when they were about a year old. They thought it was great fun. Of course, they wanted to throw them out again after, but it became a game. Matching their socks, wiping down the table with a damp cloth. When they get a little bit older, ages 6 to 8, they can help with feeding the pets, clearing the table. At this point, we were teaching our boys how to do laundry. So by the time they were about 7 or 8, they were responsible for doing all of their own laundry, their bed sheets, their towels, and their clothes. Was it done perfectly? No. Did they have things that got ruined because they forgot, you needed to treat things for stains? Absolutely. But that was also if they didn't come ask how to do something. Then ages 9 to 12, they can be putting the laundry away. They can be sweeping. I would say they could be sweeping earlier than that. Packing their lunches. We were doing as soon as they were first grade, if they went to school, because I had a few boys that went to school for a while, they would pack their own lunch. And then with teens, dinner rotation, bigger tasks like yard work, taking care of the bathrooms, deep cleaning. A big key is to not underestimate the power of consistency. One well-mastered chore is going to build confidence, and confidence will build momentum. So let them get good at one thing before you start layering on the next. Second step, tie the chores to purpose and not a punishment. Like I said, if they think they're being punished, they're more inclined to push back and not want to do it. Now, this step changed everything in our home. Kids need to understand why the chores matter. So explain the purpose. Use sentences like, "We work together to make our home peaceful." Serving each other shows love. God calls us to be faithful in small things, even if you don't understand why you're doing those. We take care of what God has given us. When chores start to feel like family teamwork and not kid punishment, the kids are going to respond differently. The day I started explaining that chores help us love each other better, the attitude shift happened. Suddenly it wasn't mom's making me do this, but we do this together for our home. Now, the third thing to consider, like I said, kids are visual learners. If they see the chore, they can do the chore. So make it visual. Visual systems are going to reduce the nagging, the whining, the arguing, the forgotten chores, the power struggles. Plus, we all know that if you say someone needs to do something, like take out the garbage, everyone thinks a different person is going to do it and not them, and it never gets done. You can use a kid's chore chart, like this tab that I have set up in our Peaceful Home Planner. It's simple, can be checked off by the kids, consistent from week to week, and it's sized perfectly that you can print it out. It'll fit on a piece of paper, regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And then if you don't want to be printing like one a week to write out, you want to reuse it, slip it inside of a page protector and give them a dry erase marker to mark everything off. You can customize this for adults, any age you want. You could also use something like a whiteboard. My mom, growing up, had read a book about trying to better run your household, and everything was on little index cards. So you had daily tasks, weekly tasks, monthly tasks, seasonal tasks, and she'd set it up and cards would come out, and if we were helping her, she'd hand us a card. That's what we had to do. The point is not the tool, though, it's the visibility. So you want to find what's going to work best for you and your family. Now, what does taking ownership do? Well, when your kids start to take ownership, you'll see this shift, not just in your home, but in their hearts. They're going to become more confident, more responsible, more grateful, more aware of others, and more capable. And this isn't just the kids. This is even us when we have ownership. These are things that happen. Now, it won't happen overnight. I still have to remind my teenage son to clean the bathroom or his room. Remember, you're not just keeping a clean house, you're raising future adults who know how to serve joyfully. And that, my friend, is kingdom work. Now, if you want a simple customizable chore system your family will actually follow, if you grab the Peaceful Home Planner that I have, you have, like this page shows, the chore chart that we use, easy to update, suitable for every age. Use it digitally, print it out, Stick it in a page protector if you want them to reuse it week by week. Thanks for being here with me. If this encouraged you, please like and subscribe and tell me in the comments what's one chore your kids actually enjoy doing. I'd love to hear.